So I realized it's been a while since I did a reaction comedy. Um, there's a few of them, by the way, under our podcast tab. So check them out. Um, so I'm picking Zach Wycuff. The name doesn't sound familiar. The reason I picked him is because he's on a channel of dry bar comedy. Dry bar comedy, I have listened to many comedians on there or comedians on there, and they've been really funny. So I feel confident that more times than not, they're going to be funny. So I don't normally assume, but I'm going to assume he's funny. Let's see. But the title made me also pick him. It says, I don't have a lot of luck with women. That's always funny to hear to me in comedy, to hear the stories and stuff like that. So we do reaction comedies a little bit differently. We will pause them throughout the video because it's not like a music video. Music videos, we get really immersed into the song. So stopping it a lot, this breaks that feeling you're getting. Whereas comedy, they have breaks anyway. They tell a joke. Sometimes people laugh, they pause, so it makes sense. So that's really the only difference. And let us know your thoughts, of course, in the comments if you laughed, if you know this comedian, tell us anything about them. Um, and yeah, so let's get into it. Oh, but let me just mention we still represent music appreciation. That doesn't change. Well, in this case, comedy appreciation. I'll see if Zach has his own personal YouTube channel. If so, I will put it in the description because we would like you to directly represent him. But he's on Dry Bar Comedy, which I've already subscribed because, like I said, I listen to them often. But I am going to like this because it's my first time actually watching this one. Yeah, so support your musicians, support your comedians, support anybody that imagine if it was you, would you want support? And support us. Please like and comment. We really appreciate that. Let's get into this, and here we go.
Oh my goodness, I'm 29 and I'm single, which I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's weird. Like, I'm 29. I know a lot of people my age that are just now starting on their second marriage. Yeah, have you guys ever been lapped? It's like, I think I might get in the race. They're like, we're actually almost done. So it's wild, man. I've never been good at dating. I will say this, recently I did go on a Christian first date, guys. We actually did the hottest thing you can do on a Christian first date. Anybody know what that is? Set boundaries. Set boundaries. That's Christian first base. Second base is being in the same Bible study. Third base is side hugs. Home plate is just 17 kids. There's no in between. It's great. You know, we had a lot to talk about. Like, you know, like, what's your favorite Kirk Cameron movie? A couple people are fireproof. That's just...
He said third. Like an aftershock. He said third base is side hugs. Like, wow. Like, not even full throttle front to front hugs. Like, that's just crazy. That was good. I like that.
It's fun, man. People try to give me dating advice and stuff all the time. The last time I was home, my grandpa pulled me to the side. He's like, all right, Zach, here's what you got to do. You got to find yourself an ugly girl. And then she'll never leave you. It's like, all right, Grandpa, maybe could we talk about this, like, outside of the earshot of Grandma? Maybe? And she heard, too. Like, her hearing aids are always turned up to gossip. Like, wild, man. And I don't want to lie to you guys. I've never been good at, like, talking to ladies. I don't know. One time I was dating a girl for a couple months, and she asked me, you know, she said, Zach, do you believe in the one? And I said, well, I think in every major city, by the time you factor in age and demographics and compatibility, there's probably like 200 to 300 people you could make a life with. And I don't know if you guys have ever gotten an answer to a question that wrong.
Thought it was right.
She's like, Zach, do you believe in the one? I was like, boy, I sure hope she's out there. Why is he single? I don't know. I think the last time I was good at talking to women was like 2006. Do you guys remember AOL Instant Messenger?
Wow.
On dial-up internet, you know, just like the thing, it sounded like it.
Oh my God. Hands up. How many people hated the sound of dial-up messenger or like AOL, that disturbingly horrendous noise you would get? Sound like a fax machine being murdered. Oh my gosh. He just gave me a flashback. I haven't thought about dial-up AOL in ages.
It was booting up. It sounded like a transformer giving birth. Yeah, dial-up internet. You could only flirt with girls as long as your mom wasn't on the phone. It was wild. So one time I was on there messaging, and sometimes it would go good, sometimes it wouldn't. Only later did I realize that it was tough because I was competing with full-grown men. But one time I asked out this girl over AOL Instant Messenger, and she said yes. Not trying to brag. Yeah, thank you again. You're so supportive. I love that. Teach the rest of these people. She said, yeah, she said yes, and we never did go out, but we also never broke up. That was 15 years ago. I think we might be legally married. I actually looked her up recently, and I found out we have a kid. Oh, that's very silly. I don't know. I've never been good at talking away. I don't know if you guys can tell. I have this weird little birthmark here on my neck. Every old lady I've ever met at church would be like, "Oh, Zach, is that a little hickey? Oh, are you out here in these streets?" And I just have to tell them no, actually, my mom gave this to me.
Ew. Okay, it just I laugh. I knew what he said, but then it was like at the same time, if you're thinking not the normal way, I guess, ew. But of course, I get it. But that was funny. That was the way he set that up. So it's all about the delivery. That goes with comedians, and that goes with even comments like here on this channel. Like it's all about the delivery of a message. So I'm glad I just thought of that. So you could deliver a message, and it's a home run. You made contact, they receive it, and then you can have a bad delivery with a comedian. That means a joke went wrong and nobody's laughing or whatever, or if it's a delivery going wrong and like a comment is not received well, and you might get a reply that you don't like back. I just had to mention that because that's where I got my term from. It's all about the delivery of a message. I got it from comedians. Two comedians can say the same joke, but if one delivers it in some crazy abstract way and it comes off wrong, nobody's laughing. The other one, everybody's cracking up. So that's a thing to take with you. It's all about the delivery of a message. Let that live your life.
Man, I'll say this, guys, I don't know, I struggle with confidence and stuff a lot, because I used to be a chunky kid, which not a lot of people believe, because now I'm hot. Just know whether or not you laugh at that, it hurts my feelings. I was a swim shirt kid, do you guys know?
Who's that?
Oh, don't say it's like I'm getting bullied again. I was a swim shirt kid, that's a thing when you try to cover up your body in the pool. But what they don't tell you about swimming in a white cotton t-shirt is it just looks way worse than being naked. I thought it was going to cover up.
Facts. I'm a chunky guy. I've always been chunky after 8 years old or whatever. So I can resonate with that. I remember I wear the white t-shirts in the pool thinking, okay, I'm good now, but you look worse. I never thought that. I never dawned on me, wear a damn black t-shirt. So here, fast forward years later, and it's now part of a comedy skit. Thanks.
Up my body. Nope, it's just a highlighter from my nipples. You can see my little nips and belly button poking through my shirt. It looked like Owen Wilson going, wow. That's so stupid. It's fun getting to do this job. I have had a couple jobs in the past. I don't have a lot of money, which surprises a lot of people because I have a haircut that looks like I would corner you and talk to you about crypto. Thank you for nodding. I don't know. I used to work at the Cincinnati Zoo. Do you guys know the Cincinnati Zoo? It's wonderful. Heck yeah. All right. If you don't know, we're famous for two animals, which is Fiona the hippo and... Do you want to say it? Fiona? Yes, I love it. And Harambe, someone said it. The gorilla thing, I know. And I just got to say, I didn't do it. I started working there after the whole gorilla thing. I don't even know why. I think I just saw it on the news. I was like, I bet they're hiring. It's wild. We had a lot of weird stuff happen there, man. One time, we had a mom give birth at the zoo.
I didn't catch on the gorilla thing, but then he said, I bet you they're hiring, so maybe an incident happened there. I don't know. Let me know if you know in the comments. I'm not sure about that. But it feels like it might be that. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Yeah, some people don't know this, but when that happens, we actually get to keep that kid. That kid is me. Nice to meet you guys. That's very silly. So I don't I don't do this job anymore, but this is true. I did used to be a probation officer who's done crime. I'm just kidding. I can tell. No, that is true. No one believes that. I don't know, because I have a very like childlike quality about me. You know, it just looks like someone asked me like, Zach, what's your favorite part of going to court? I'd be like, I don't know, recess. I have a bulletproof vest. I just got it at Osh Cops Begosh.
Stupid.
So wild. I'd have to like arrest people sometimes, which is wild, right? It looks like I'd just be like, hey, you're under arrest. And you could just be like, no. That's very fun. I don't always get to do super fun shows like this. I'll tell you guys, one of the weirdest shows I ever did is I did a show for 75-year-old librarians. And, yep, you're getting ahead of me. Turns out they hired me to do their least favorite thing, which is talking in a library. I thought I'd go in there and just crush it, you know, because like all the old ladies that I've always met, they're always like, oh, Zach, you're just so cute. You're just so adorable. I'm just like, right back at you, Francis. Your teeth look amazing. Are they new? Like, yeah, I was smooth, guys. Smoother than Francis's gums. But it was wild. I tried to go in there and just I tried to do like library jokes. I was like, hey, are you guys sad that you're getting replaced by Google? And they were just like, yes, that's our biggest fear. So it was not going great, and there's this lady, I tried doing crowd work, I guess. There's this lady sitting up front. She had a name tag that said Edith, and that she'd been there for 20 years. I was like, all right, Edith, you've been here for 20 years. What do you do? She said it just like this. I'm not making it up. She goes, well, I do the obituaries, and I love it. Okay. Because I guess when you're that age, doing the obituaries is just like Facebook.
Ain't that the truth, Ruth? Like Facebook is just like you just know who passed away, and it's you know everything. You know a little too much on Facebook, like for real, for real. So it's sad but true what he just said there. Oh my gosh.
Covering your head in your hands. That's how I felt. Also, it's crazy. I got to the end of that show, and it was so rough. But they paid me $200, which like no pressure, dry bar. And I'm not making this up. Later that day, I got an email from that library asking for a donation in the amount of $200. They're like, we have made a mistake. But it's weird. That's not the weirdest show I ever did. The weirdest show I ever did is I once performed for Jerry Springer. Do you guys know that guy? Yeah, it's wild. I performed for him, and some people don't know this, but Jerry Springer used to be mayor of Cincinnati, but he had to step down. Does anyone know why? That's right. Because he wrote a check to a prostitute. And you guys know how I feel about that. It's crazy. He wrote a check to a prostitute, and I was like, man, that's so wild, because I did that show, and he didn't pay me anything. I was like, hey, man, I know you know how to write a check. But it's cool. I have a rich new girlfriend. Her name is Frances. So...
All right. So he was pretty good. Like he was pretty good. He had a lot of funny one-liners, and I just like his what do you call it? His stance and his I can't think of the word. I just like the way he looked on how he was on stage, how he presented himself on stage, his voice, his facial expressions, because all of that can be part of comedy, you know. So it really was good. So he was good. Like I was definitely pleased with that. He wasn't like gut-wrenching funny, just my personal opinion. But when it comes to comedy, I'll take good also, because as long as you laughed, I laughed, and there are several parts were funny. So and that's just one time I've heard him for the first time. He can have another scene or skit, which I'm like busting a gut. So very good. No shade there. It's very, very good. Let us know like in the comments if you laughed at all or if you didn't find it funny. I mean, to each his own. There's different types of comedians out there for different people. Like he was docile compared to, if you know Jessica Kirsten. I love her too. Like she is just, she's past X-rated. She's like NC-17, and I just love that. But I also can love the G-rated and the PG. Like I said, it's all about the delivery of a message. If a comedian could deliver the message well, and you laugh, that's the home run right there. Laughter. Like I said, we need that. So just let us know how you feel about that. Hope you like this episode of our comedy reaction. I haven't done them in a while, but like I said, I think it's very important in our lives to laugh sometimes. Sometimes we take things too serious. Sometimes stop that. Um, but in any event, I give that a pass. I give that definitely a pass because, like I said, it was good and I laughed. So that's the win right there. So, all right, this is Tazzz with Tazzz and Philly, and I want y'all to take it easy and keep it breezy.